So our dressage test this weekend did not go to plan. Let's talk about it. Look, I'll be completely honest with you. I almost didn't make this video, and that's because I had to make a bit of a decision. Are these videos going to be a highlight reel of every time we have a win, or are we also going to show when it doesn't go to plan? I think the point as well is that the retraining of an off-the-track thoroughbred is not linear. You might go 5 steps forward, but then you might go one giant big step back, which is kind of what happened to us on Saturday. Now, it was our first tests down at Saltash at the sports complex there, and it was fine. Honestly, he was fine at the start. Things, unfortunately, turned pretty south quite quickly when I jumped on. I was feeling quite confident that Sapien could handle this environment. It is a little bit busier down at Saltash than a lot of the other places that we have competed, but realistically, I felt like he was ready for this. But he just felt so overfaced in the warm-up. He was spooking at everything. He was so tense. He just freaked out. I worked really hard in the warm-up just to try and get him confident in the space. But that really did mean that we didn't have time to do a lot of that suppleness stuff that is really important to, get those extra marks in the test. But I was just like, right, we're just going to do the test. Let's not worry about what it comes out like. I just want to get in there and get it done. I did at one point think about withdrawing, but I just thought, you know what, that's not going to help his confidence or mine really whatsoever. So just do it, even if it's not the best. So that kind of turned into the aim of the game. It was just, let's just get comfy in the spaces. So our next test was the 1.3, and it was right next to the road. Now, a couple of people had warned me that it can be a little bit of a spooky place for horses. So I'm like, okay, my horse is definitely spooky today. We're going to need to go and warm up directly next to this road. That was probably one of the better decisions I had made. He was quite nervous originally when we got over there. And then after, 5 minutes, he really settled. And I felt like he did a lot better in this test than the first one. I felt like we were starting to get a little bit of our movement back, and he was starting to go, okay, I'm all right here. This is all right. It was just about re-establishing that trust that we have so much of most of the time. Overall, Sapien took out 4th in his first test and 3rd in the second, which I couldn't actually believe considering how things were going, or how they felt like they were definitely going in the saddle. But I think it was a huge learning curve for us today, and I'm so proud of him and how well we got through things. Another really positive take home from the day was just the judges' comments. At the end of the day, I'm an adult amateur and I do this for fun. And when my horse freaks out, I freak out and I get really stiff in my legs, which you would have seen. But the judges' comments were really positive. They made me feel so much better about myself. They were super accurate, and it's made me feel better about going into my next tests. Anyway, this was my face when I got home. I looked like I'd been to war, but can't wait to go back to Saltash again and have another crack.